Well, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I know I haven't been able to do any podcast episodes this week. Wife is out of town, so it is just me and my son at night. And I don't know, he might be asleep, he might wake up. So I don't want to be in a situation where I'm live and then he wakes up and then I gotta go, do all that. So we'll be back next week with more podcast episodes, but we still have a lot to talk about in this video. Okay, so first and foremost, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 21K. I appreciate all the support along the way. But we got a lot to talk about. Very interesting things. And it's going to be two topics. Number one, the kids that Erika sent over as an alibi to prove that she was not at Fort Huachuca are confirmed to be fake by the principal herself, Candace Owens, after she commented on one of my tweets, little old me. So we're going to get into that because that was definitely something that was a very hot topic for me that I have been pushing for a long time. And so we're going to talk about that. And then we are also going to talk about Mikey McCoy, because apparently when Erika Kirk, when something happens in her life, whether it's an anniversary or a birthday, I guess all of the employees are summoned to make a post about the lady. Very odd and strange to me. So we're going to talk about how Mikey McCoy wasn't on X for nearly a month and decided to somehow come out of nowhere for a happy anniversary tweet to Erika when his anniversary was a couple of weeks ago and he didn't say any. Oh, let me not get too much. Let me not get too far. So first and foremost, the kids. So I want to give everybody a quick backstory with obviously provided context too. Around December, when the Fort Huachuca thing was released, and Mitch Snow, said that he believes he may have saw Erika Kirk and Brian Harbaugh at Fort Huachuca, everybody started wondering, well, could that be true? Erika, can you provide an alibi? Like, where were you on September 8th, the morning of September 8th? And she didn't say nothing for a while. Next thing you know, she came out with a picture of two kids saying that she was going for a walk with them, and they looked very strange. And immediately, I know I was like, that's not her son. Her son is only 18 months old. And this kid looked like he was 4 or 5 years old. And you're going to see. So without further ado, without me yapping so much, before I get to yapping, let me show some context. Let me provide some context on what is going on. Because again, it has been confirmed by the principal that those kids, at least the boy, is not hers. And I think we can also argue that the girl is not either, especially if you're willing to lie about the boy. So I want to show the backstory of everything and where this all began. It started with Paramount Tactical. Gary, don't know what his last name is, Melton or something like that. He was doing a live podcast show or whatever, and Andrew Kovet is texting him trying to establish an alibi for Erika. And Gary is supposed to just read it off to his audience that, hey, I received information from Andrew Kovet or maybe a trusted source, and Erika was with her kids, blah, blah, blah. They were going for a walk in the morning. I saw the pictures. That's all he was supposed to do. He wasn't supposed to show anything. But Mr. Gary himself, who has botched a lot of his, stories or things that he's supposed to reveal and not release sources and stuff like that. He's been terrible at that. He's been kind of like debunking his own situations. So Gary gets on his show and shares the text messages with Andrew Kovet when he wasn't supposed to. And look what he had to say.
So you guys can see what's going on, just so I can see what's going on here, because that screen's small for me. But I asked him, hey, do you have proof of this? He says, but it's worth saying Erika wasn't in some fort in Tucson. The internet's gone insane. She woke up next to Charlie on the 9th, went to the office with Charlie all day, woke him up from a nap before a fox hit, went to dinner with Charlie. Literally, people are lunatics. And then the next one, I will show you guys that one, the continuation of this. Right here we have this one, and then I'll show you an up close picture with the metadata that we have on.
Here's the picture right here. Andrew Kovac sent this over to Gary for him to let his audience know that I saw the picture. Erika was with her kids. He wasn't supposed to read any of this or show any of this. I'm sorry. And look what he decides to do.
On the screen itself. Proof, she was with her kids at 8:33 a.m. Pacific time, which again, in September, Arizona's on Pacific time. Pacific time. Taking them for a walk. Apparently, I wasn't supposed to share that, but anyways, point being is that's 8:33 a.m. It shows the date on that. Sorry, Andrew, I screwed that up, man. I was trying to run a podcast and do everything.
Yeah. He screwed that up big time, because once he showed that, the entire internet, especially myself, was like, whoa. Wait a second. Let me zoom in on this picture right here, because that boy, excuse me, let's not glaze over the fact that that boy is not Erika's kid. I can't confirm about this girl, but this boy at the time, Erika and Charlie's son was only 18 months old. 18 months, right? We're talking about a little over a year or a year and a half. Look at this child. I can't even zoom in. I can't zoom any closer. Look at this child, 18 months old. So immediately I was like, hold on now. That boy ain't 18 months. I have a son. My son's 3. That boy is bigger than that. That boy is bigger than my son right now. And at this time, he was only 18 months. So I immediately started applying pressure, making videos on TikTok, blah, 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 all of that stuff. And more than just me did it as well. So everybody started to wonder, why in the world, what's going on here? She's clearly lying about the children, which, if confirmed, this is very problematic. You're trying to prove and establish an alibi to prove that you were where you say you were, and you wasn't in Fort Huachuca. And you decide to bring your kids into this lie and say, look, I was with my kids going for a walk with my kids at 8:30 a.m. Don't share, covers the faces. Then I have other questions. If Erika is texting Andrew Kovac, right? If this picture is Erika texting Andrew Kovac, and Andrew Kovac sends this over to Gary, why is Erika taking a picture of another phone covering her finger and then sending it to Andrew Kovac? Wouldn't she just screenshot it and send it over to Andrew Kovac? And maybe Andrew Kovac might use 2 phones, but you also got so many tools in your phone that you could just blur faces out. But why is Erika using 2 phones to do this, just to text Andrew Kovac, when Andrew Kovac know what the kids look like? Andrew literally says, don't share. So if anything, this was supposed to be either Erika was intentionally trying to share it, because that's why she was covering the faces, or this doesn't make any sense. Because how are you saying don't share, but clearly Erika was prepared for the picture to be released to somebody? And maybe she was trying to get it over to Gary, and she didn't want Gary to see with the kids. I don't know. It's just very strange. So then it started to circulate, right? Then everybody started to apply a lot of pressure, including myself. I know I was heavy on it because I said, bro, this is one of the sickest lies of all the 55 lies she's told. Is bringing her kids into her lie, trying to say I was with my kids and these aren't even her kids. That's sick. So then she never came out and said anything once. Also, this was the wrong date, right? It's kind of hard to see, and it doesn't necessarily matter right now, but it's kind of hard to see. But she also provided the wrong date. And I think this is one of the pictures I used, and I tried to AI enhance the picture and then change the date again. But either way, the original she provided was on September 9th, and people were asking her for her whereabouts on September 8th. So that's problematic. Then she went ghost. She went dark. Nobody could ever respond or reply. Andrew didn't come out with anything. Erika didn't come out with anything. This was one of the last times Erika ever spoke on anything like this, right? She went completely dark. As soon as the Fort Huachuca thing came out, she stopped. She stopped entertaining Candace. She stopped replying on any of that until she had this, Denzel Washington thing when she was like, and I have Candace Owens saying that I murdered my husband. That was like the first time her mentioning Candace in a long time. This is one of her last times even talking about this situation. So then you have the Shalami soldiers. I love to call them the Shalami soldiers because for some reason they defend Erika 10 toes down on absolutely everything. You will not find these people, not one time will they ever come out and say, yeah, Erika was tripping on that. Even when it came to Erika being exposed to talking to that 15-year-old. These people that I'm about to mention, especially one of them, found excuses for Erika talking to that 15-year-old in an inappropriate manner. She found excuses for it, and she was a mother herself, and she still found excuses for Erika in that situation. So that's why I call them the Shalami soldiers, because no matter what Erika does, she can do no wrong, clearly. So this starts to circulate. The Shalami soldiers try to come up with a narrative to try to make it make sense, to try to gaslight us. And one of the first things that somebody did, Lisa, that y'all know, she's been on the channel before. We had an open discussion about a Charlie Kirk investigation. Listen to what her original story was when I first brought this on my page and saying that kid is not hers. Listen to what her first excuse was on the boy not being hers, because you can't. Everybody in the world knows that boy is not 18 months. But look at what she had to say.
Everybody knows that that's not her son, right? Her son is supposed to be 1. Look at that boy. It was. I thought it was.
You're right. It is a lie because it's not real. It's AI. The amount of AI images that Candace has been giving you guys as fact is absolutely insane. And
I'm gonna leave it at that. Her and Gary, the Shalami soldiers, weren't on the same page because the picture didn't come from Candace. The picture didn't come from Candace. The picture came from Gary. And that picture came from Andrew Kovac. But I guess she wasn't in on it yet. She didn't realize what the story was that they was trying to push. So she said that the picture was AI and we got it from Candace. And then I didn't even peep this. Folks started sending it to me and it was like, bro, look at what Lisa said when this first came out. She said it was AI. But now, 5 months later, this was a while ago. This is when everything first came out, December, January. But now the new story 5 months later is you'll be interested in what they tried to spin now. And some of y'all that watch me and Lisa's open discussion, y'all should already know this. But 5 months later now, they're saying, oh, Erika had family friends over. So that was actually Gigi, the daughter, Charlie and Erika's daughter, with some random boy that was there as a friend. So then I immediately say, hold on now. The screenshot literally says 8:30 in the morning. That's weird, right? You got a family friend over 8:30 in the morning. Secondly, Erika's taking a picture of a random child and sending it to Andrew Kovac, and then Andrew Kovac sends it off to Gary, a random kid. Do you hear yourself? But they're sticking to it. They doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down to that story. So I just happened to be trolling, right? I was just bored two days ago or so. And Gary said something about the picture, or he said something about Charlie's kids and all of that. And then I ended up just being, a little petty. And because I know Gary was the one that kind of got this story where it's at by him accidentally releasing those text messages. So I was just being a little petty. And I ended up tweeting and said, is her son this big yet? Or am I still stuck in the future with Charlie's apparent 5-year-old son? And I showed the screenshot all over again and stuff like that. So then Gary decides to reply, which I didn't really see coming. He replies and he says, it's not her son. It's her daughter with another child. Look, mystery solved. And I immediately thought of Lisa, because she was one of the first people I've ever heard that story of, oh, she had friends over that morning. I was like, what? Where did you get that from? Who told you that? And you can go back and watch the live discussion on this page. I was like, who told you that? She couldn't tell me where that came from. So now Gary's coming forward saying that it's not her son. They're confirming that it wasn't her son, which is something that we've already been talking about. And first it was AI. I don't think Gary had a comment on that at all. But now he's coming forward saying it's not her son. And it's funny how they try to gaslight you. It's her daughter with another child. Look, mystery solved. So then I immediately tweeted back, obviously. And I said, dang, my bad, Gary. How silly of me to read words that have meanings wrong. And highlights the key words that indicate it's Erika's kids, because Andrew Kovac said proof she was with her kids with an S at 8:33 a.m. Then she says taking them for a walk before going into the office. Now, how in the world does somebody see that and is supposed to just assume it's a random child that Erika's taking a picture of? This is the gaslighting part. So I don't even want to think like them and try to be devil's advocate. They're intentionally gaslighting. Lisa then replies and says another gaslighting comment. She replies and she says, or comments, I'm sorry, on my tweet. And she says, you decided in your own brain these were both her children. Never mind. No one ever stated that. We discussed this on your live in detail. You made assumptions you shouldn't have without any context. Apparently my brain came up with this crazy idea, and I obviously showed the same screenshot, her kids, them. Apparently my brain came up with this crazy idea thinking that it was Erika's kids, probably because Andrew Kovac said her kids. But I guess my brain is just functioning slightly different. And then what made my day, because I have been waiting on Candace, specifically this situation, because she knows what the kids look like. She knows the ins and outs. She knows exactly what they look like, how big they are. She knows that. She has firsthand knowledge of that. So I always was wondering why she never commented on that part of the alibi, because I'm like, hold on, that's huge. If that's not her kids, then hey, if you throw that out there, let's see how they try to spin it. And she never did. She let it go. I know she has a take of like kids are off limits, and I get that. I'm not saying that we should make a whole segment on if Erika has real kids. I think she does. I think her and Charlie have real kids. But the picture that you try to provide as an alibi is not your child. And I'm just simply pointing that out. And Candace never did that until yesterday. And yesterday, Candace comments on my tweet, and she commented right after Gary said, I'm sorry, let me get my mouse. Right after Gary said it's not her son, it's her daughter with another child. And again, this was the first time I ever heard somebody outside of Lisa confirm that wasn't her boy. Candace replies and says, another internet conspiracy confirmed. And that was all I needed to know, because it validated everything that I was feeling for months, right? Because again, I was like, hey, Charlie was 6'5", maybe, right? Look, I'm sweating and all. I was like, maybe, right? No, I wasn't thinking maybe, but I was like, hey, can somebody that's seen these kids before, can somebody just come and validate if that's really her son? That's it. We ain't got to talk about him. We ain't got to have no crazy conversation. Is that her son? Because nobody thinks it is, and I don't think it is, because that boy looked 4 or 5, and her son was 1.5 at the time. Candace confirmed that was not her son, right? The internet conspiracy has been confirmed. Now, that is very problematic because, I mean, again, another question that I've had for the longest is, where do we go from here? With everything that is being brought to light, everything that's being exposed, where do we go from here? This lady just lied on her kids. She just lied on her and Charlie's kids. If this was a man in this situation that couldn't come up with a solid alibi to prove where you were and his wife mysteriously died, he would be in a precinct charged with murder. He would. That's just how it is. Even if it was Charlie, he would be locked up. But for some reason with this woman, I don't know what it is, and I feel like It's because she's tied to those people up at the top, the elites that's on them files too. Those are the only people in this world that somehow get away with anything. The fact that she was able to jump straight to that status, Charlie wasn't even at that status, but she jumped straight to that status. That's how you know she works with them. That's how you know she's an agent. That's another conversation though. Where do we go from here? With her lying about the kids, right? That was so crazy. It's so crazy to me, bro. It's so crazy to me. Now, that was the first thing that I wanted to bring to everybody to let everybody know that it has been confirmed that at least the boy is not hers. And I'm willing to probably argue that the girl is not hers either, especially if you're willing to lie about the boy. And, you know, you can go find my ex, my Twitter, whatever, and you can see all the people that's actually trying to break down if that's really the daughter too, because I would argue that it's probably not either. I don't know what you're capable of. You already lied on your son. You already lied in general. So then the funniest thing happened. I'm switching gears here, going to Mikey McCoy. The funniest thing happened with Mikey McCoy, right? Mikey McCoy was labeled a snitch by Candace Owens. She outed that 2 Thursdays ago. And, you know, everybody obviously was waiting for Mikey McCoy to say something on X just to see if he was still safe, anything. And, you know, he wasn't even on X for a while. Like, even before he was exposed as the snitch, he wasn't on X for a while anyway. Until it was Erika's and Charlie's anniversary. So he wasn't on X for almost a month. But on Erika and Charlie's, or Charlie and Erika's anniversary yesterday, he decides to come up out of nowhere and make a post about Erika and Charlie's anniversary. And I said, hold on. Before I even read this, I said, hold on. You've been gone for how long? Right, a month. And I'm not saying I seen folks comment say, well, some people have real lives. Yeah, I'm like, I get that. I don't care about that at all. I'm laughing at the fact that he wasn't on X. He wasn't on social media, or at least X. And he decided to go out of his way to get on X. And his first post is wishing Erika and Charlie a happy anniversary. Do you understand how sick that is? Like, as far as that TPUSA check must be crazy for you to be not active and you just get on X when you ain't been on in a month just to do this. And it's not like he's tweeted anything since. This is it. So people call me overcritical and stuff like that. Cool, I could be that person. This is crazy to me. I'm sorry, my page. This is crazy to me. And so he comes out from being in the cave and he says, I struggle to even find the words to describe just what a blessing and privilege it was to daily witness the deep love and profound respect you and Charlie have for one another. You two were and continue to be the blueprint. The blueprint. Thankful to Jesus and to you and Charlie for your faithful example. And it's Erika with this video that she was, you know, saying happy anniversary to herself and Charlie, whatever. And this is what Mikey said. So then I wondered, Mikey's first tweet is to Erika, right? First tweet, ain't been on X in a month, in nearly a month. It's like 3 weeks. And his first tweet back is to Erika. That mass email went out and said, y'all better get online right now. And you better say happy anniversary to Miss Shalami. And if you don't, Mikey, first off, you should be lucky you even alive. Is he alive? I don't know. But you better get on there right now and say happy anniversary. You ain't got no choice. And I thought, that's so crazy. The check must be insane for Mikey to come out of nowhere and do this. But then it made me think even more. I said, wait a second. Mikey's married himself. He's married. And I said, well, wouldn't that be something crazy if his anniversary recently passed? I mean, yeah, that's just me. My brain gets a little crazy, I will admit. I said, wouldn't that would be a shame if I've just Googled when is his anniversary. And I just wonder if his anniversary was recent. Well, I did some digging. And look at what I found here. Mikey has been married for 4 years. You can see it down in the bottom highlight. He's been married for 4 years, and his anniversary was April 29th. It just passed. It just passed. That image, that picture is from Instagram. He's been not active on X at all. His anniversary passes, and he says nothing on by his own anniversary with his pregnant wife that he's been married to for 4 years. He didn't say anything about his own anniversary on April, because I don't know if y'all want me to show y'all, but you can see right here. April 17th, up here, was his last tweet. He had a retweet here, April 21st, May 8th, another retweet, and then boom. His own anniversary, he had no comment. No comment. His pregnant wife. But for Miss Shalami's anniversary, Mikey comes out of nowhere. It's just, oh my gosh, and then I thought to myself, that's crazy, right? That's beyond crazy. What's even crazier? He's been married for dang near the same amount of years. He's been married for 4 years. Erika and Charlie just surpassed their 5th year, right? He's dead, obviously, but Erika and Charlie, that was their 5th year anniversary. Mikey's been married for 4. So what are you talking about saying, I struggle to even find the words to describe just what a blessing and privilege it was to daily witness the deep love and profound respect you and Charlie have for one another. You two were and continue to be the blueprint. Brother, you've been married for 4 years. You've been married for just about the same time. Just about the same time. What are you talking about? You've been married for the same amount of time, basically. And he's like, oh, they're so perfect. I'm drooling over y'all to the point I'm going to make a full post about it. And his own anniversary just passed. And he didn't say anything, right? And I'm not the person that's like, oh, you need to post about your lady every single day. I don't care. I've had 4 anniversaries, right? I'm 4 years in. I ain't posted a single time. I'm just not a poster. I don't do like, this is my personal life. I just don't do it. I just don't do it. So I'm not saying, why didn't you post about yours? I don't care about that. It's when you go online to post about another person. And I'm not saying you comment on somebody's page and you say, oh, happy anniversary, y'all. To make a full separate paragraph, heartfelt tweet about how much you love their marriage. That's crazy to me. It may not be to anybody else, but I don't post about my own marriage anyway. I've had 4 anniversaries, but I'd be dang, I go and make a full paragraph about somebody else. Just saying happy anniversary to somebody else. What? That's insane to me. So that's what I tweeted earlier today. I said, ever wondered how good the TPUSA check is? Look no further. Mikey McCoy's own wedding anniversary was 4/29, public information. He's been married for nearly the same amount of time as Charlie and Erika, 1 year difference, but apparently he's so amazed with the Kirk's marriage. He didn't tweet about his own anniversary, but he posted it on Instagram. He hasn't tweeted about anything in nearly a month. His first tweet after being MIA for nearly a month on X was to wish Erika Kirk a happy anniversary. This is crazy. And obviously you have some people that may disagree. Like I rock with common sense conspiracy. So not her, but she disagreed with his take. And she said, okay, Jay, I don't disagree with you like ever. So don't come for me. But my husband doesn't do X, so I make my own anniversary post on the platforms. He is also on, but I don't make a post on X about my anniversary. However, I may reply to someone else's post wishing them good things on their X post. I just think the criticism should be overly weird. Kissing butt reply to Erika, not that he didn't make his own anniversary post, which I agree. Again, it's not about it's not about him not posting. I'm just providing more context on how crazy it is that he posted for Erika when he doesn't even post for himself. Like a full post. Like you was MIA. You was MIA. It's not like you was actively on Twitter. And then you chose to do that. You was MIA. I'm sweating, y'all. He was MIA. And he decided to wake up and say, I'm going to end that streak of me being MIA on X to wish Erika and Charlie a paragraph-worthy happy birthday post. That is what was crazy to me. It was the full context, not just one single thing. All of those things add up to how I was feeling in this thing. So, and yes, it's the kissing butt to Erika, right? But again, it's not about just the post alone. I've missed 4 anniversary posts that I'm not going to post on the 5th or the 6th or the 7th. I just don't care about posting. I can just tell you when I'm looking right at you. We can just go out and have the best day ever. So I'm not worried about that. I can just get you gifts right here and there, like right here in this moment. I see you in the other room. You know what I mean? Same as Mikey. You're going to see Erika. Shoot her a text. Like, this social media stuff is performative. You want to make it seem like you're part of the list of wishing Erika a happy birthday. That's why I say it's crazy to wake up and go the extra mile to tell her happy birthday. He has her phone number. He has her phone number. Then you got Lisa. You know, she comes out of nowhere with stuff, and oh Lord, you got so many people loving her. She comes out and says, Mikey did post about his own anniversary on Instagram, just not on X. It's pretty common for people to use a certain platform more than others. It's well known X is very toxic and can be stressful, especially given the attacks coming from candy cult members like you. Mikey and his wife are about to have their first child. It's common to take steps to reduce stress at that time in someone's life. None of this is weird, nor is it a conspiracy. Again, I don't care about the post itself. If X is so toxic and you was just labeled a snitch, why would you come on the internet and wish Erika Kirk a happy birthday if you know X is negative? I'm not a dummy. I'm not. If X is so toxic, then don't tell Erika happy birthday if you know what your comment section is going to be like. Since you don't want to do your own happy anniversary to your own wife because X is being toxic, so you're going to tell the most hated woman in America right now happy anniversary when it's going to be toxic? It's the same thing. But you know how these people are. I mean, you know, it's crazy. I just found that so strange. You know, to the women out there, how do y'all feel about this situation? You're pregnant and your husband is not even active on X at the moment, but he breaks his streak to go make a paragraph post about somebody else's happy anniversary. How would you feel? Not that, oh, why didn't you post about ours? I don't think it comes to that point until you see you made a post about somebody else. That's when it's like, I mean, shoot, why you even make a post about us if you're going to make a post about Erika? Secondly, we've been married dang near the same amount of time. So if we've been married the same amount of time, why are you so overly worked up about how much you love Erika and Charlie's marriage? You guys are the blueprint. What? The blueprint? Sorry, no, they're not. I'm just saying. And again, they've been married for the same amount of time. So it's not like you're looking up to your parents' marriage. They've been married for 30 years, 35 years. Oh, y'all are the blueprint. Mikey, y'all been married for 4 years. Charlie been married for 5 years. I'm just saying, look, as a man, that's weird. Overly weird. As a woman, y'all can let me know how y'all feel about it. I'm just bringing it to the table and I'm letting y'all know how I feel about it. But y'all let me know, man. It's just so crazy. So many things are happening. Well, we'll be back on the Daily Yap next week, probably starting on either Sunday night, maybe going into Monday. We'll continue the Daily Yap podcast. But make sure you guys hit the like button. Comment down below what y'all think about the fake kids being confirmed to be fake and about Mikey wishing Erika and Charlie the happy anniversary and they're the blueprint to marriage when him and his wife been married the same amount of time. Whatever. Let me know what y'all think. Maybe I'm tripping. I ain't tripping. Make sure you hit the sub button if you're new to the channel. Again, we're on the road to 21K. I appreciate all the support along the way. And I will see y'all on the next one.